What it do, YouTube, man? Look, man. UFC 315 review. I'm gonna run through this real quick, man. We gonna go through this. All right. Brad Katona. I didn't watch this fight. I didn't see this fight. I missed this. Bruno Silva, man. I don't know what's going on with him. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know I think this man should retire. It's over. It's over. I think Alex Pereira took his soul. Man got one elbow, flush elbow for sure. Like one flush elbow. And he was out for 5 minutes. I seen idiots on Twitter talking about that he sold my parlay. Man, that shit. Regardless, Marc-Andre Barrios TKO Bruno Silva with literally one clinch elbow, flush to the jaw, and he fell out, just collapsed. I hope everything's okay with him, but he should retire. He hasn't had a good fight since he KO'd Brad Tavares in like 2023. Navajo Sterling versus Ivan Erslan. I thought Navajo Sterling lost this fight. The commentators was glazing the fuck out of him. To like everything he did, these city kickboxing fighters, man, I don't like the point fighting the way they fight, man. Like Carlos Oberg and Izzy and him and Volk's the only one that seems to like try to finish. Volk just don't got like ILIA power. But Navo Sterling, Ivan Erslan. I mean, outside of the last round, I had Erslan winning 2-0 going into the last round, and then obviously Sterling got the knockdown and then was teeing off on him. But it was not a 10-8 round because there was damage done by Erslan before that. It was a back and forth fight, and then he got the knockdown, and then he did his thing. So I wasn't agreeing with the decision. Who gives a fuck about that fight? If I was boring until the last 3.5 minutes of the final fight, and then people are going to talk about that was a fun fight. I hate those type of fights. Moving on. Modestas Bukauskas versus Ion Cutelaba. Am I right? Let me make sure I'm locked in because it's 12:52. The card just ended 10 minutes ago and shit. Bukauskas versus Cutelaba. This was a robbery, one of few today. This is my second robbery, I thought. I thought Cutelaba did enough to beat him. I thought you could have had a better chance of saying 30-27 Cutelaba. I don't know how you give every single round to Bukauskas. Everyone thinks that's a robbery. I mean, like that was bullshit. They need to find their official, even though they won't. But Bukauskas gets it done. He was landing a couple good strikes. Very boring fight. I don't know how he made a Cutelaba fight boring. Back and forth, very slow paced. Wasn't a fun fight to watch, but Cutelaba definitely won 29-28. At least 29-28. I almost gave him 30-27, but he definitely won 29-28. Moving on. Jessica Andrade versus Yasmin. I ain't even gonna say it. She got a new fan, bro. She got a new fan. She should get a bonus. She got a new fan, bro. Hats off to her. She got a new fan. Because she was fucking... Nigga, what? She was... As soon as the fight started, she in there. Jessica Andrade thought she was finna encroach in her space on some dumb shit. As soon as she got in there, she tried to throw a leg kick. Boom, right on the jaw. Try to do it again. Boom, right on the jaw. Andrade was like, hold on. She eating her up as she trying to come in. Then she start pressuring forward. Take her down. Boom. Just fighting for her. You see that? 2 minutes and 40 seconds in a fucking women's flyweight fight. She got her up out of there, nigga. Rear naked choke. Like that. She got a new fan. I hope to see her fighting probably Alexa Grasso or some shit. Coming off that loss. At what is it, Guadalajara, that card, because I know Alexa Grasso is gonna be in there. She's like the only Mexican fighter outside of Lupe Godinez or some shit. It's the only person I can think of. She's good. She should fight Alexa Grasso next. She'll whoop up on Alexa Grasso. She's very aggressive, and she gets the job done. Great fight. Mike Malott versus Charles Radke. boring shit first round. And I mean, Charles Radke just walks in and, they both trade left hooks, and Mike Malott got his head off the center line, and Charles Radke has the engagements of a 18-year-old just got my first kickboxing membership. I'm doing a free trial class type entries. Moving on. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Kyle Prepelec. BSD, he didn't really show me shit. This fight does nothing for me. Minus 1,600 favorite. This fight didn't do shit for me. Didn't show me anything about BSD. He hasn't looked to improve. He hasn't seemed like he's improved on anything. He seems to be the same, reckless, just, bad defense, mid offense, just push you like he did Poirier. Same BSD shit. Grabs him, destroy him with elbows and shit, and clinch, and then take him down, arm triangle. It's Kyle Prepelec on a week's notice, if it was even a week. Like, who cares? Benoit Saint-Denis versus Michael Chandler is a fight that I want to see next, though. Moving on. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. I fucking hated this fucking fight, man. Niggas, listen. Just because motherfuckers look like they have good footwork don't mean it's high-level MMA. It don't mean that. Natalia Silva, from round 1 to round 3, went left, right, just avoiding all contact with Alexa Grasso outside of an exchange that they had in the last 10 seconds of round 2. She was just skittling around the octagon the entire time. Boom, 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 doing the same shit. And because Alexa Grasso is so flat-footed and she fights, I'm not trying to be racist, she fight like how normal, like, Mexican niggas fight. When you see boxers, they always just got that shell. And they come forward and shit, and they don't really have nothing else outside of that. She's got that, but it's women's MMA. So she has no way to step in or cut off angles and nothing. So as soon as she steps in, Natalia Silva, check left hook, scurrying around. Boom, 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 check left hook, doing these weird-ass fucking feints. And I don't know, man. I was a fan of Natalia Silva. She's fucking bad. But fuck shit fight. People will call it high-level MMA. People will tell me that she's going to beat Valentina. Fuck on. But anyway, shit, boring fight. She'll probably get a title shot after they give it to Zhang Weili. Moving on. Jose Aldo versus Ayman Zahabi. It was fun, Aldo. It was really fun. It was really fun. I had it 1-1 going into the third, and then I don't think it was a robbery at all. Round 1, Aldo's eating him up. Body shot, head, just tearing him up. In his flow, head movement, everything that you want from, Aldo. Round 2 comes, he's a little bit slower. Zahabi's finding his range. He's hitting better strikes. Aldo's still doing good, but edge to Zahabi. Round 3 comes. Aldo drops him with he threw a 1-2, and then he threw a knee, and that dropped him, and then Aldo runs and soccer kicks him, drops him again, runs in, soccer kicks him again, knee, whatever, gasses himself out, completely gasses himself out, and then he pretty much gives up. He gasses himself out, he doesn't finish Zahabi, and then he sits there like, oh shit, looks up at the clock like, oh shit, and literally gives up. Zahabi, everyone in the arena, everyone watching the fight knew that he was through. Excuse me, burp. He was through. He basically pulled guard at that point. Like, he just pulled guard. They clinched, and he fucking pulled guard and sat from like 2 minutes and 15 seconds to the end of the buzzer, just getting busy work, punched and elbow, slicing him up, making his face bulge. He lost the fight. Shit final round from him. Expected more from him. Expected them to have. Well, I don't know, man. I'm not with the they should have had a package for Aldo. He fucking retired already. He came back. No one thought he was gonna lose this fight. Everyone picked him to win. I mean, he was the betting favorite. Was he? Yeah, he was the betting favorite. Everyone thought he was gonna win this fight. He lost. I mean, if he would have won, he wouldn't have retired. It wouldn't have been all these problems. He lost the fight. He gassed out. Moving on.
Vice President, Head of International Content for the UFC. First, I'd like to say thanks to Yves La Lumiere and the team from Tourism Montreal for all their support.
Anyway, this the look, bro. It's 1 o'clock. This is the UFC post fight live stream. It's 1 o'clock.
So the attendance tonight was 19,000.
He finna talk a bunch of bullshit. I don't get no fuck. Valentina, my baby, oh my baby. She won. She whooped that French bitch ass, man. This ugly man looking bitch, man. Look, you can't Mario Batista your way to a title, you weak ass bitch. The fuck? These strikes that they showing, cap. She shot 12 takedowns and landed 1. She's fucking ass. From round one, Valentina, literally the first like 5 strikes, bloodied Phil Rowe's face all the way up. But she's stepping in. Just okay. Let me turn into an actual review. Round 1 starts. Phil Rowe's trying to establish her frame, so she's walking in, and she's not good. She's a women's fighter. There's only a couple good ones. She's not good on entry, so the way she's walking in, Valentina's just step, veer, check right hook. She did it 4 or 5 times in a row. And Phil Rowe's feeling it. She started to respect it after the first 2. You see her respect it, and she's like, okay, I can't come in like that no more. And then she comes in, and then she starts doing the pushing against the cage shit and doing all of that bullshit. And then round 2 comes, round 2 was the round that I gave her. She didn't really do much. Valentina was way better than her on the feet. She just pushed Valentina against the cage. I think this is where she landed her first and only takedown. I don't know. But she really just busy worked her against the cage. She was landing good clinch knees, good elbows. That was it. Round 3, Valentina's just doing better on the feet. Round 3, again, Phil Rowe's just pushing her against the cage, kneeing her thigh, just bad, not locking her hands, not getting, not seat belting, not getting any type of single leg, no, like nothing. Her best strike was the clinch knee when she had her against the cage and she was kneeing to the body. That was her best and only real strike that she had. Round 4 came, or was that round 3 with the knockdown happened? Yeah, round 3 was the knockdown. Valentina separates, and then all of a sudden, oh, bitch, what? You trying to throw a kick? Boom! Knocked her goofy ass down in the last, 11 seconds. Jumps on her, couldn't get the finish. Round 4 comes, and she, same old shit, pushing her against the cage, boom, boom. But Valentina was outlanding her. She timed a fucking beautiful spinning wheel kick while Phil Rowe was throwing I think she was throwing a lead kick, and Valentina stepped off to the side and threw a spinning wheel kick, and it landed. And then she threw a spinning back kick. She threw a spinning back fist. She was just way more dynamic than her. The story of the fight is Valentina was a better striker than her. She was a better MMA fighter, and Phil Rowe she's just not ready. She came in MMA too late, it looks like. Even though she's 35, she seems like what she should be is a young 29-year-old getting their first title shot against a dominant old champ, and then losing, getting humbled, lose a little close one where they clearly lost. They clearly was outmatched, but then come back later in their career. But she's 35, and she's got the ego of hell. She fucking her, and she's really not. She's mediocre on the feet, and I knew Valentina was great. I knew she was good, I should say, to not worry about this fight that much. when I went back and watched that Rose Namajunas performance from Firo, it was just so sloppy and Rose is just a 10 times worse version of Valentina. So, round 5 came. Valentina was pissing me off because she would separate, but she would get pawed at, and Firo would just throw a jab out there. Valentina would just parry it and then take a step back, and Firo just she hadn't moved, so there's no need to take a step back. And then Firo would just take that as, okay, you just going to give up this? I'm going to step forward. And then Valentina just kept coming backwards until they ended up on the cage. And then Firo was trying to grab her, stall out time, stomp her knees and shit. If foot stomps were available, she was going to stomp her feet. And then Valentina kept doing that. And then when Valentina separated at the end of it, she was trying to go back to grapple. Like, your corner should be telling you, girl, you way better than her. Come on, shorty, you way better. Like, you know what I'm saying? You way better on the feet than her. She can't fuck with you on the feet. Nothing Firo was landing on the feet, or nothing she threw on the feet landed clean. I swear, not one strike she threw on the feet that wasn't in the clinch was a good strike that Valentina had to worry about. It wasn't. All her strikes, she had 150 strikes. They all came from clinch work. All of them. And busy punches. But anyway, my beautiful, amazing, precious, just overall, just beauty, fucking God's gift to the world, Valentina Shevchenko retains. She's probably going to fight Natalia Silva next. Zhang Weili next. She's going to beat the fuck out of Zhang Weili. And then probably fight Natalia Silva. And then she's just going to retire, bro. You so beautiful and just amazing, man. Like, and she the women's GOAT. She beat Amanda Nunes the second time. She got fucking robbed. But you little niggas don't know shit about that because y'all know shit about MMA. Moving on. This was a fucking amazing fight. Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. This was high-level MMA. This was my favorite fight. And I just watched Volk versus Diego Lopez last month. This was my favorite fight of the year. This was fight of the year to me. This was true high-level MMA from the versatile strikes they were throwing. They weren't just head hunting. They were going body head, inside leg kick, outside leg kick, throwing head kicks, making sure people are honest, keeping your guard up. They was both keeping a guard up. Jack is stepping in, boom, boom, and then trying to switch stances, and Bilal Muhammad is catching him as he switch stances, and then Jack's picking up that beat like, okay, I gotta switch that up. They circling each other to make sure make sure one person's back or their back is not just completely on the cage. So in the first 3 rounds, the person who was leading the dance was having more success with their strikes, I should say. Jack won 4-1, but he was having the most success or the best success when he was going forward in those first 2-3 rounds. He was just eating Bilal up. But then Bilal started to, all right, it's my turn. But then they just had a good cat and mouse game of playing the outside foot position, circling out, making sure your back's not on the cage. Great fucking fight. JDM, he stuffed basically all of Bilal's takedowns, and the ones he didn't, he got right back up basically. Round 1 was great back and forth affair. JDM got that round. Round 2 was more or less the same. In round 1, Bilal landed a good head kick that got past the guard. But JDM showed poise, and I like that from him. He did. He made a Bilal fight not boring. Bilal was trying to go for, in the first 3 rounds, Bilal was trying to go for the Canelo hand shit. And I think he should have tried to establish his grappling earlier, in the first 3 minutes of the fight. Honestly, you got to pull a Murad, bro. You can't. Once JDM was because JDM was getting in that flow state throughout rounds. He was bobbing and reeving and coming out and going, you know what I'm saying? He started mocking Bilal, shooting fake takedowns and shit. He was in a flow state, and I think Bilal should have gotten started earlier. But I don't think Bilal's that type of grappler where he's good enough to enforce that. And I think Leon's just so shit and soft that he made Bilal look like a top-tier grappler. Excuse me. And he's not. But this was a great fight. No ILIA. No ILIA versus before that. This is a great fight, tit for tat, going back and forth. The 5th round was fucking great. Bilal took him down. I believe in this round. Yeah, he took him down. JDM got back up, and he's just throwing, eating him with combos, hook, uppercut, knees. I swear he almost finished Bilal like 3 different times. But like Bilal had a decent chin on him. He didn't get finished. He lost every round though, or he lost 4 rounds. It was a clear Bilal win, or a JDM win. And JDM showed he swayed my opinion. I thought he was gonna lose the fight. It's 110, bro. My bad. But I'm sad that we're not getting ILIA versus Islam no more. But JDM versus Islam is going to be great. I will be going with JDM. I think I'll give my predictions when that fight gets announced. But I'm going JDM in that fight. Bilal should probably fight Ian Gary now or something. Or, yeah, they should probably do... Now that Jack's probably going to need a little rest time. He probably not going to come back for another 4 or 5 months. They should probably do... They're going to do Jack Islam. And then they should do... They're already doing Buckley versus Usman. They should do Sean Brady versus Shavkat. And then Bilal and Gary. And then that's all you do. And then ILIA versus Charles at International Fight Week. I'm going ILIA. ILIA's going to knock Charles out in the first 2 rounds, I think. But this is a great fight. It's fucking sad that we're not getting ILIA versus Islam. But solid card, decent card. I mean, it was a couple of stinkers on here. Like a cool 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 card. The main event was very, very good. Like, again, fight of the year to me. You little niggas don't know shit about that, bro. But no, man. Great fights. Great. I'm lying. Decent card. Top to bottom was a decent card. Congrats to JDM. I think he'll be a long-lasting champ in this division. I could see him losing to Shavkat, though. But we'll get there when we get there. We'll see how this plays out. He's the champ for right now. Great fight from them. Bilal, I'm not too mad at Bilal. He put up a great fight. This was not boring at all. He did what he tried to enforce his game plan. I don't think Bilal is just what everyone... I think people thought Bilal was like an Islam Habib prototype, the way they were talking about him and his grappling because of what he did to Leon. But he's not. He's just Bilal. So, like and subscribe, please. We grinding, man. I took too much fucking time off. We grinded. Hold me to it, man. Y'all have a great night.